next 2 points. You said four, be wary of four things in four things. The last two.
Yes, the azab and the whatchamacall, the awliya. The awliya of Allah are hidden amongst men. So respect each and every human being. So be humble to all creation. Not that a person, he doesn't look religious, his amama is small, or his beard is not long, he's not a sayyid, or he's a sayyid, or no. Be humble to every person. Because the awliya, the saints, are hidden among the people. Yeah. I forgot the fourth one. Yeah. The reward is in doing good. Whether that be small good or big good. One is holding his goodness, saying that no, I would do it, for example, for a greater cause. No. The goodness, the reward of goodness is hidden in good. Big or small, it's not the case. Yeah, thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. In a gathering sometimes, be it formal or informal, one needs to introduce oneself. And you start describing your qualifications and your attainment and achievements. What do you say to that? Is this takabbur or is normal?
Sometimes it's necessary, especially, for example, in the West, that all of those semat and qualifications and whatnot, one have to either introduce someone to show the respect, for example, or one is presenting something and he's gonna be mentioning that I have done this, I have done this, I have done this. That is for a purpose, and one should be very careful. I mean, this is very different to the Islamic culture is very different to the Western culture. Here we have to have all of these things. The CV needs to be very rich. Over there it wasn't, it's just known. The whoever is great scholar or whatever, he will be known. Yeah. One should have that intention and purpose that this is, whatever I have done is really nothing, but just in order that my message is transferred, people kind of pay attention to. I'm saying that, okay, I'm a specialist in this field, and I have worked for 20 years, and I've been awarded this and that and the other. So this means that I know what I'm talking about, and the people should really listen. Not that, okay, this is who I am.
Similar in business, when you say to that, look, I have achieved this customers, or I managed to sell this. That's not takabbur.
No, it's for a purpose. But one should be very careful about that. What I'm saying is for a purpose of selling my product, and what I'm saying is not a lie, is not a misrepresentation of who I am, right? That should be kept in mind as well. These are the things.
One question arises then, the izzat of a mu'min is very dear to Allah. At the same time, when you start talking about being humble and very, where does one draw a line where he's not falling into zillat? When you're trying to be humble, you sometimes border, and on the other side, when you have to maintain the self-esteem, where you draw the line that you are getting arrogant, because it's a very fluid situation and very shaky water.
It's very important. Being humble and humility is not being coward, is not being timid, right? Being humble doesn't mean that you just show yourself as zalil, so to speak. No. As they say, tawazu, the more a person becomes knowledgeable, the tree, the more the tree have the fruit, it will become more humble. It will be more, So, keeping the izzat-e nafs, alaykum anfusakum, as it has been mentioned, that, if somebody is going beyond and disrespecting someone, and in return one have to really honor oneself, one have to show that sort of dignity that one have, izzat, as Imam Hussain also mentioned. So the consciousness is within insan, within human being. And he kind of, to a certain extent, can judge that he is going beyond in terms of showing himself, or in terms of making himself as Zalil, right? And one should always be awake and watchful, vigilant, that if one is somebody, that he is not misusing that. If he starts misusing it, then that means he is proud of himself, right? If he misuses a position, if he misuses who he is, right, then he is becoming arrogant of his position or of whoever he is. And if he is undermining the halal and haram, then he is becoming Zalil. My boss, for example, and I need to be humble, right? So am I really humble because he's my boss? Am I really humble because of him being a mu'min, right? Or if I'm becoming humble, where I'm belittling myself, and while belittling myself, I'm crossing the limits of halal and haram of God. That is another way to measure that.
We thank Shaykh for the salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. There are no announcements today, so